Live from U.S. Cellular Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's Bradley basketball on Comcast as the Braves challenge the Horizon heavyweight Wisconsin-Milwaukee Panthers. Happy holidays, everyone. I'm Frank Bissoni along with Coach Dick Versace, and we welcome you to this broadcast. Dick, first, let's start with the Milwaukee Panthers. Who should be the focal player tonight that Bradley watches?
Well, his name is Anthony, but they call him Tone Boyle. And ironically, his father and I have been friends for over 30 years.
Amazing.
We used to work camps together in northern Wisconsin, up around Wisconsin Dells. And so I've been a friend of this family and young Tone and his father and his mother, Mary. And he has another brother, Danny, that was a very good basketball player. And, of course, John Boyle, the father of Tone Boyle, was a successful high school coach in Middleton, Wisconsin.
What about the player that we might watch for the Bradley Braves?
Well, I think the player that's really coming on is Edrin McCain. He came from a lower division in high school in Louisiana, and being a freshman, there's always a certain period of time that you have to go through. But I'll tell you what, if you look what he's done lately, he's making a move both offensively and defensively.
All right, we'll be back with the starting lineups and the play-by-play. It's Bradley and Milwaukee next.
Products don't know how to find customers, but Comcast Spotlight does. With a mix of on-air, online, and on-demand advertising, you can reach your customers wherever they are.
You're gonna love the things we do. We're gonna make you smile. We've got a style that's right for you. Leeway ceramic tile, a kitchen floor, the bathroom wall. No room is too big or small. So if you want the best in ceramic tile, the only way is Leeway.
Think buying insurance is fun and easy? Finding the right company, deciding the right coverage, getting the best price. Fun, easy? It can be overwhelming. And that's why we're here. As a local, independent agent, we can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Live your life. Let us help you protect it. Providing safe, sound, secure protection with Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
Happy holidays to all of you from the Friends of Bradley Basketball, Core Construction, Proctor First Care, BradleyFans.com, Total Income Tax, and Zobrist Construction. Dick Versace, the starting lineups are interesting tonight. Here's Bradley with the two freshmen starting at the guard position.
Well, as I look at those matchups, I see it's kind of a thorny matchup for Bradley. Someone has to decide who's going to play Avery Smith, and that man is Jim Less, and it'll be interesting to see. He hasn't come out and told us who's going to guard Avery Smith because Jim Less is starting three small guards. You know, when he starts Edrin McCain, Sam Maniscalco, and Darian Norris, those guys are all around 6 feet. And Avery Smith is 6'3", 175, a big-time leaper, can really take the ball to the basket, strong, and can post up.
You bet. We should also mention Will Egolf and Sam Singh. Neither are here, both recovering from surgery. So I hope you're watching, and I hope you're going to watch a great Bradley win tonight here in Milwaukee. The snow and the wind and the Milwaukee Panthers in gold trimmed in black. Bradley in the traveling red. We start man-to-man. McCain against Ricky Franklin, who's number 5. This is Boyle. Tip out, Norris. Bradley slows it down. McCain's at the point. Maniscalco's on a wing with Norris. Collins on the block. Wilson at the high post. Wilson against Meyer. Bradley looking for a shot. McCain with the ball, 12 to shoot. Sam with 9. To the basket. Milwaukee rebounds. Ricky Franklin running. Franklin, a 6'1" senior from Milwaukee, walking against Tony Meyer. Milwaukee says Tony Meyer is our Gordon Hayward, referring to the freshman at Butler, and he better be able to light it up. If you
look at his three-point shooting percentage, it's 46%, and that's in that Gordon Hayward range. That matchup we were talking about on Avery Smith, Sam Maniscalco drew that matchup, so he's got his hands full tonight. We may see Dodie Dunson fairly early in this game because that size-wise and strength-wise, that might be a better matchup.
Avery Smith is, as you look at Jim Less, Bradley's 5-4, 3-1 at home, 1-2 away, and 1-1 on a neutral court. Avery Smith there, 0 with the ball. Franklin stolen by McCain, picked his pocket. McCain. Wilson. Nobody scored. Smith tries to take it to the basket. There's Tony Meyer's first three of the night. And McCain has the ball again, up ahead running. Wilson slides into the lane and is called for charging.
Well, I guess, it might be a little in favor of the Bradley Braves, but when Theron Wilson made that move, he made an effort to go from right to left, and he still didn't get the call.
41, Anthony Thompson is in for Bradley for Collins. Also in, 13, Taylor Brown, a 6'6" freshman from Georgia. Thompson, a 6'10" freshman out of Houston, Texas, Klein Forest High School. Ricky Franklin playing in the front court. Anthony Hill posts inside, steps in, puts it up and didn't get it. Anthony Thompson was fouled trying to rebound.
I think Anthony Thompson's an interesting player. He really hasn't made his move in practice. He hasn't made his move in the few minutes that he's gotten. But when you look at him, he's extremely athletic. He runs the floor very well. He's long, he can block shots, and he can score a little bit around the hoop. I think you just got to throw him in there and let him, have the test of fire.
Anthony Thompson was rated the 103rd best senior his class by Basketball Today. McCain gets free, and he is fouled. I believe it's on Ricky Franklin.
And I remember Jim Les saying to me about Anthony Thompson that he was named, I believe, redshirt freshman of the year. I didn't know there was a category of redshirt freshmen.
There's one for everything.
Basically what they're saying is that this guy has a very bright future, and I would agree with that.
Well, he was one of 5 starters at Klein Forest High School that all got D1 scholarships. 5.
I'd like to have coached that team.
I think at one time you might have. McCain knocks in the free throw, and then another. So Bradley draws first blood on a blustery night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Pressure by McCain on Franklin.
I think Bradley now knows for them to be successful, they have to create extra possessions. And by that I mean they have to either press, change defenses, or play great half-court defense and get steals. And they better cover the threes tonight because this team has 4 guys that hover around the 440 mark shooting threes.
Ricky Franklin hit that one, and now here's Tony Meyer coming back with another. Tony Meyer missed. Maniscalco running. Franklin gets Milwaukee a 3-2 lead. Bradley with the ball. He just joined us. That's Maniscalco. Nylon song.
Well, he needs to do a lot more of that. He's the best perimeter shooter on the floor, maybe on the roster right now with Andrew Warren out. You've got to cover those threes. I talked about it just 30 seconds ago. You've got to get out and cover the threes, make those guys put the ball on the floor.
6'8" Tony Meyer hit that one. He does hit them at 46%. Bradley throws up a rebound or a layup by Norris, and it doesn't go. Now Norris got a steal. He's got a breakaway. Let's see if Smith catches him. No.
Good control. Good control by Darian Norris. He actually got the steal because he was late in getting back in transition.
Right.
He looks like he's
a little tired.
He does look tired.
Yeah, he does.
That's called nerves.
Franklin missed the shot.
I guarantee you. Excuse me, Frank. I guarantee you Jim Les has him in great shape.
Oh.
But sometimes you get those jitters and it shortens your breath.
The kids say that practices are tougher than games. McCain. Long rebound, Milwaukee and Bradley in a tie, and 4 minutes have been played in the first half at the U.S. Cellular Arena, formerly the Mecca. Smith for three. They've got 3 threes.
See those looks, Jim Les, you can see him right now. He is totally unhappy. You cannot give those kinds of long looks. You give anybody a long look at this level, you don't have to be a great shooter to put them down.
We'll be back in just a moment.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit mymethodist.finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
Whether you...
Bradley's Jim Les talking it over with Taylor Brown. Jim with 110 victories in 7th season against 94 losses. One of the best young coaches anywhere. Now Dodie Dunson in the game too, is on the wing. Maniscalco's moved over to the point, and Chris Roberts is also out there now. So Bradley getting some fresh legs. Here's a nice driving shot by Maniscalco that did not go. And with a 3-point lead, the Panthers have it. Deontay Roberts is 2. That's Meyer lobbing to the goal. Big Anthony Hill blocked away, and a foul on Anthony Thompson.
You know, I think he would have been successful on that block if he didn't swat it. Sometimes when you put that extra swat on it, your arm will go down and hit the arm of the man that shot it. He easily could have blocked that shot. He'll learn how to do it with just his length as he gets more experience.
Bradley down by 3, and we'll be back in Milwaukee in a moment.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit mymethodist.finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
Whether you've got the next Bradley basketball star in training or you're just having fun with the kids, count on the durability of a Goal Setter basketball system exclusively at Rainbow Play Systems. Goal Setter basketball systems have the proven performance and engineering to provide years of fun. The Goal Setter's patented compression jack system and offset pole design make this unit superior to other basketball goals. Visit Rainbow Play Systems today to try the Goal Setter basketball system for yourself and get a free pole pad with your purchase. Goal Setter basketball systems, the best in basketball.
Frustrated with high prices? Want to save 20 to 50% off retail prices every day? Get to the new UFS Downtown Outlet Center, where it's all about the deal. Pay one low price for carpet with pad and including installation. Berbers from $1.69 and plushes from $1.99 a square foot for carpet, pad, and installation. That's what you pay for just the carpet at other stores. An incredible deal. It's all selling out fast at the UFS Downtown Outlet Center, 1 mile south of O'Brien Field on Adams, where it's all about the deal.
The Panthers up by 3, Dick, and what is the message that Jim Les has got for his squad?
Get out
right
of the
now?
blocks. I mean, the way we start games is not healthy. I mean, the way we started the Butler game, I know against Southeast Missouri State we did start well. We had 20 steals in that game, and that was the kind of early start that Coach Les was talking about. I was at the shoot-around. I talked to Jim Les today, and he was saying that's the message I'm trying to get across. We've got to get extra possessions. We've got to get more steals. We've got to cover the threes better. And we've got to get out of the blocks well, and we haven't done it.
Anthony Hill, 6'7", 230 for Milwaukee. A sophomore knocks that one in. He broke his ankle in his senior year in high school and now back fine. There's 2 free throws, and the Milwaukee League stretches to 5. Now you got to practice like you lost your last game every time. Maniscalco's outside.
Yeah, UWM is in a 1-2-2 zone. They play this some. They cover the perimeter real well with this, and it negates the ability of the speed mismatch. Good effort.
Rolled around. He made a nice roll to the basket. Maniscalco got him the ball, but he couldn't get it down. No finish that time, but keeps doing that. One of those or two will go in.
Sam Maniscalco is now guarding Tone Boyle. Tone Boyle will take the ball to the basket, and he's a good finisher.
Here's a steal by Bradley, and Dodie Dunson gives it up to Chris Roberts. Roberts tries. Yes! Roberts got Bradley off the 6 up to the 8. 14-20 here in the first half. Frank Tassoni, Dick Versace from U.S. Cellular Arena in Milwaukee. There's a walking violation on the Panthers, and Bradley will have a chance to get another hoop.
Well, Deontay Roberts should have given up the ball. I mean, he waited until he was triple teamed to try to give it up, and he ended up traveling, and Bradley got the turnover.
There's Sam Maniscalco and Theron Wilson sharing it outside now. Dodie Dunston bursts down the lane. Bradley moving off the ball. 14 minutes left, first half. Maniscalco takes a look. Wilson's going to drive. He goes all the way to the window. Didn't get it.
Tough. It's an awful good shot. You can't complain. Nothing to complain about. Good aggressive drive. Those will go down.
And he'll get a lot of free throws driving like that. There's Tone Boyle. And Tone Boyle has 139 points for Milwaukee. The next closest guy's got 91, so you know he's a scorer. Milwaukee by 6. Dunson on a cut. Looks like the ball was tipped as he tried to shoot it, and the Panthers have it back. Bradley trying to score.
See, that's another thing Jim Les was saying at the shoot-around today. He wants to see his guys take the ball to the basket. We've done it. They've responded, but we just haven't finished.
That's it. We've gotten to the rim, and the ball has just not dropped. Here's a slice along the baseline for Roberts, blocked nicely by Collins, and the Braves come back. Wilson's going to the window again. Now he cut off, fell down, he slipped. The ball is on the floor, and Bradley called timeout. So with 12:47 to play, it's a timeout for the Braves at 14-8 Milwaukee.
Well, you know, there's a couple of philosophies of what to do when you're in trouble early in the game like this with so little time off the clock in the first half. Is that timeout that you use now a timeout that you might want to have later? Especially when you look at these two teams, Frank, they're almost identical.
They really are.
And they both score 68 points. They both have -1 differentials. I mean, their free throw shooting isn't far apart. They have got a slight edge at three-point shooting. Shots attempted, free throws attempted. I mean, these two teams are like a mirror image statistically.
Well, even the records, Milwaukee is 5-5, 2-0 at home, or 3-1 at home, but 2-0 in the league. Bradley's 5-4 with 3-1 at home. Both teams are 3-1 at home, and both teams have won 5 games.
So we should have a barn burner, and maybe a timeout late in the game would be something that you'd want to have.
Well, so far, the three-point ball has been Milwaukee's, and that's why they have that 6-point lead. They banged in 3 threes. Roberts, too long. Milwaukee tries a run out with Roberts. It's Deontay Roberts for Milwaukee, 2. Chris Roberts for Bradley, 23. Ricky Franklin. There's Tone Boyle again. Nice looking shot. Rebound. David Collins got pushed as he had position for the board. And coming back in for the Panthers is Tony Meyer, 21, and Avery Smith, 0.
And Tone Boyle was covered the way you should cover a three-point shooter. You don't want to foul a jump shooter. You don't want to put him on the line and let him shoot 3. But you want to get out there and make sure you have a hand in the face and don't give him long looks from the distance.
There's a zone by and they've got 55 Jim Ayers in. He is 6'7", 340. 340. Great rebound. Theron Wilson steps in, missed the point-blank layup. Bradley's had 3 or 4 of those fall off the rim, and they're 6 behind. Boy, it'd have been easy for the Braves to have 3 or 4 more baskets. Here comes Smith. Boyle goes around his man, but he was fouled. As I was mentioning, 55 for Milwaukee. And Coach, you've seen Milwaukee play, and we'll talk more about Ayers in just a minute at 340 pounds, but he's got a game away from the post.
He's an interesting player. He really is.
All right, we'll be back at Milwaukee in a moment.
Now is the time to join the Academy of Okinawan Karate in Peoria, Eureka, and Morton. Gain self-confidence, learn self-defense, improve your physical fitness, and learn the self-discipline that leads to better grades. Two-time world karate champion Joseph Walker and his highly trained staff will help you achieve your goals. Call the Academy of Okinawan Karate now at 692-2499 for any of our 3 locations. North Point Shopping Center, Peoria, Eureka, and Morton next to Kroger's. Join now and receive a free uniform when you mention this ad.
At Finish Line Ford, you can buy your favorite new Ford for pennies on the dollar. That's because we just bought out 2 former Ford dealers' new car inventory at liquidation prices. Loaded new F-150s, $12,000 off MSRP. New fuel-saving Focuses, $12,995.
Only Finish Line Ford has this special inventory and these special savings.
At Finish Line Ford, we paid less, so you'll pay less. Shop online now at finishlineford.net.
A healthy lifestyle, living life to the fullest, having the energy to tackle everything the day throws your way, feeling good about yourself. At Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture, we are a life enhancement center, and we're committed to evaluating your overall wellness as well as designing an alternative health program that will change your life, literally. What you choose today determines your tomorrows. Choose well.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
One of the things that Jim Les likes to talk about is separating yourself with intensity and being disruptive on defense. And they're trying to adjust to that 3 ball as you were trying to fly at the 3.
Well, look, one of the things that we have, and one of the things that we don't have great perimeter shooting. Andrew Warren is out. Sam Maniscalco, probably the next best perimeter shooter, doesn't take a lot of shots. You know, he's always been a point guard, so he's looking to set people up. And we have foot speed, and we need to use the foot speed to cover the 3s.
Taylor Brown, 13, back in for Bradley, who looks zone. Bradley's gone small. Both the true centers are out of the game right now, and Theron Wilson and Brown are the bigs at 6'6" and 6'5".
I'm sorry, Frank, this is a 1-3-1 zone. And I was just going to say the weakness of the 1-3-1 zone are the notches, right to the right and the left of the point man.
Avery Smith found it, and there's a lob to the goal, and once again, Bradley's right at the rim, can't get it down, but Taylor Brown puts it down there.
Well, there's a freshman that's not nervous, just got in the game and said, this is what I've been doing all my life. I'll start doing it right here with a red shirt on.
Why not? 17-10, the Panther lead. Boyle tucks in, miss. Rebound, Ayers, a horse.
Yeah, they call him the abominable snowman.
Roberts goes to the rim. Charging on Bradley. Bradley is 9 down and loses that.
Well, Chris Roberts finds himself wide open on the wing, drives in, gets airborne, and charges. I mean, he was out of control. He's got to make better decisions.
Jim's talking to him a bit, and Darian Norris comes into the game for the Braves. Bradley with a small lineup, quick lineup. Avery Smith bouncing. 9-point lead for the Panthers. He launches. It's not good. Bradley tears the ball away. It's Taylor Brown. And McCain hurries. Bradley needs to hit a couple of shots. This is Norris. Brown went for the rebound. It's on the floor. Picked up by the Braves. Norris throws it in.
Oh, nice
and
move.
one.
Nice move by the freshman.
Darian Norris came from nowhere. Picked the ball up, slipped it in, and got fouled.
You know, if you've ever played football, and when they kick that ball off, you get those jitters.
Oh.
You know, you've done it. I've done it. Well, in basketball, it's much the same way. You need to – I used to tell my point guard, take a charge early in the game, knock a couple people over, just so you can get rid of the jitters.
Sure.
So that was good. I like the way Norris got on the floor, and Darian did a nice job of grabbing and finishing.
He did that. He's got 4, and he did it with intensity, and it turned into a good thing for the Braves. Boyle loves to go to the basket. A teardrop.
Yeah, and he's good. He's a good finisher, much better than you would suspect for a guy that takes as many threes as he does.
Well, the lead's back to 9 for the Panthers in gold. Bradley looking at his zone. McCain slices through it. Darian look at Taylor Brown or McCain tip it out. So Bradley gets a tip out, gets another possession. That's what Coach was talking about, extra possessions. Norris, got it. That was McCain on the left wing. That is 3, the first 3 ball for McCain and the Braves. Climb closer. Meyer wheels into the lane. There's the 3 ball by the big man. No. Oh, Maniscalco.
Nice play. Sam Maniscalco kept the ball alive with a nice tip.
And look at that gliding choreography of Theron Wilson for 2. That's the first 2 for Theron. It won't be his last 2.
So your defense will give you steals and missed shots. And then you can run and use your foot speed.
Oh, a nice move to the goal.
Poor weak side help. Nobody else in a red shirt saw the man coming in to shoot a layup. Got to take a charge and try to help out there.
Meyer got that one down. 8:40 to play, first half. McCain's at the point. This is Taylor Brown. Angle shot, didn't go. The Panthers have it, and the 6-point advantage. Avery Smith on the hunt. Whoa, stripped by Sam Maniscalco.
There's another extra possession.
Maniscalco finds Darian Norris, strings out. That was rattled out of there.
Well, you know, he's a good shooter. His reputation is that he's a good shooter. He's a freshman, and he's going to learn. Get rid of the jitters and start doing what I've always done, put the ball in the basket.
Ricky Franklin turns on a dime and gives us 9 cents change.
He's a 25% three-point shooter, and you just don't expect he's going to step back and knock it down. But he's not shy because he takes the second most attempted threes on this team. Tone Boyle being number 1.
This is a team, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is a team that loves the 3-ball, and they shoot 35% on threes for the season. Their opponents shoot 33. Bradley is at 29 for the season, and Bradley's opponents shoot 38. And as you can see, that's hurt the Braves here tonight.
Well, UWM, if you take Ricky Franklin, who shoots 25%, say you take him out of the mix. Now you got Tone Boyle shooting 36. You got Tony Meyer shooting 46. You got James Ayers, the big man, the abominable snowman. He shoots 42%. And then Deion James, who I don't think he's been in the game yet, shoots 44%. So this is a team that basically lives off the 3.
That it does. Bradley with a game-long deficit because of the hot 3-ball shooting by the Panthers has the ball. They have McCain and Wilson, Maniscalco, Roberts, and Collins in. Bradley's played most of their bench. High post Roberts. Bradley looking for a valued possession, meaning a good shot. Adjusted in the air by McCain, saved by, it's Milwaukee ball. That'll be the 8-minute mark. We'll be back at Milwaukee right after this.
At Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington, we make it easy to get started on our exercise program. First, we help match you with the right fitness equipment. And we back each purchase with Russell's exclusive 30-day guaranteed buyback policy. Russell stays with you every step of the way. Sales, service, delivery, and in-home maintenance. No third parties, only Russell's crew of fitness professionals. So visit our showroom at Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington. We're not only the best place to buy your bicycle, we're the best place to buy your fitness equipment too.
We wanted a bank that was local and had a presence right here in Peoria. We've been working with the State Bank of Spear only about a year now, but they've been in business for over 100 years. And that gave us some confidence in knowing that we're going to be working together for a long time to come. I would definitely recommend the State Bank of Spear to any business that's looking for local service and a good value.
Check out Peoria Banking Center's completely free checking accounts. The Peoria Banking Center in the Candletree Center on North University, Peoria.
Get the best price and the right advice on HD TV and home theater at Sherman's.
Total dental care from kids to grandparents and the brave to the not so brave. General dentistry for the entire family. Call 347-CARE today.
We've got a strong local economy, good inventory of properties. The timing's perfect.
And the rates are good.
Good.
Good. Good.
Really good.
Call a realtor today.
Get the best price and the right advice on a huge selection of mattresses at Sherman's.
Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Bradley down 26-17 with 7:42 in the first half. And Dick, I can remember John Wooden always used to say, don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And if you can't shoot threes with great excellence, then the other things you can do maybe turn into points that way.
Part of the problem, Frank, is that when teams scout you and they see that you are not good three-point shooters, they just give them to you. And it's pretty tough for a guy standing there with 5 feet between him and his defender. Look at this.
It's a release by Boyle for an easy layup. Tone Boyle released on the out-of-bounds play, and it was a pass for a touchdown, essentially. 11-point lead. Bradley needs to score. McCain's going to try.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
They just give them to him.
There's the ball taken out of David Collins' hands. And the Panthers have confidence, and they're playing offensively with a lot of confidence. Avery Smith is 0, backing up. 2 years ago, he averaged 15.5 points a game. He was dismissed from the squad last year, back this year playing well. Inside Roberts, blocked by Bradley. Rebound, Panthers for 2. Wilson blocked it, but now the lead is 30-17. Maniscalco beat his man to the baseline and missed, couldn't finish from about 4 feet. Roberts trying to answer. Avery Smith, yes!
See, now we have another problem. We're not getting back in transition and not getting matched up, so now they're getting open threes in transition.
That's 9 for Avery Smith on 3 threes. And a turnover by Bradley. It's a moving screen by Collins, I believe. And the Braves are in a tough spot with 6:30 left. Anything on the stat sheet that jumps out at you?
Well, you know, the turnovers are not dramatically different. It's just the threes. We're 1 for 7 from threes. They're 6 for 12. That's 50% from threes. That means you're not covering them. And they're also very good three-point shooters, especially those four guys I mentioned that shoot near 40.
They got 15 more points on threes than Bradley does. And Avery Smith made a circus swing through the lane and knocked it down. You talk about playing with confidence. He has 11, and Bradley has 17.
Well, there's a good example of what you were talking about. Avery Smith takes the ball to the basket. He does not take threes. He's only taken 9 threes in the entire season. And that's what Bradley needs to learn to do. They need to learn to do what you can do and don't try to do what you can't do. And unfortunately, that's going on, and it's something that Coach Les has to work out as he tries to make this team understand what it takes to win in Division I.
Bradley plays. Freshman McCain on the court now with sophomore Maniscalco. Newcomers Roberts and Dunson and Theron Wilson. Bradley, smaller lineup again. Here comes Avery Smith. Look at that. Avery Smith's got 14. He averages 11 on the season. He's got 14 points in the first half, and Bradley's been shot out of here for the moment. A nice answer by Dunson from the right wing for 3, and Bradley is 18 down. First 3 for Doty. Bradley's in a zone.
Avery Smith has taken 9 threes all season. He's 3 for 9, 33%. That's still an acceptable number, but he just buried that one.
Here's Tone Boyle with that nice touch. Flying rebound, Maniscalco. Bradley moves. Dunson stops, slips the ball inside for a layup and 1 to Theron Wilson. Nice pass, Doty Dunson. Cody Dunson just called the group together to say something too.
Nice pass inside to Theron Wilson. Theron Wilson with a strong finish. Gets the foul and attempts the three-point play.
Well, he'll get, on an average night, Theron Wilson will get a load of free throws. He's got 69 free throws attempted going in the game, and he shoots them at 69%. So going to the line is a good idea for this young man. He's tough to stop getting to the ring.
Oh, he's very athletic, and he's active inside, and he's got good strength and
Good
length and leaping ability. But that's where he needs to stay. He needs to operate in that paint or just outside.
Here comes Smith again. He can't make them all, and finally missed one. Bradley tries to get more. They just had the last three. Maniscalco down the lane. He's in. He's got it. Bradley's taking the ball to the glass.
I'm sure that's just what Jim Les was talking about in that timeout. I know he was talking about it at the shoot-around. He says we need to get the ball inside by taking it there. They don't really have a post player to throw it to, and we need to get on the free throw line.
Here comes Smith again, and he just tried to do too much that time. Bradley came back with the ball. Could the Braves score again? Wilson. Sam looks inside. It's overloaded to Sam's side. They've cleared for him. He spins. He's free. He missed. And who's the foul on? Theron Wilson is saying, who, me? And that's what it was called. Brad Gaston, the official, had the foul call on Theron Wilson. And that's the second foul on Wilson. No other Bradley player has two. And Anthony Hill goes to the free throw line. It's been a struggle in the first half. Bradley's gotten to the basket here recently as Anthony Hill, 6'7", 230 out of Milwaukee, knocks it in. He only shoots free throws at 61%.
Yeah, you know, every time we come into a game, I always write down who you're going to foul, who you foul at the end of the game.
Right.
And it would either be Tony Meyer, who shoots in the 40s, Anthony Hill, who shoots in the 60s, and James Ayers, who shoots in the 60s.
The Panthers are treating this game like they're going to shoot in the 80s. And a few substitutions check into the game as Hill goes out. And 42 checks into the game for, that's Burley Port, comes in. Inside once again, Bradley, follow one, follow two. Here comes Thompson. Anthony Thompson stayed on the board.
Well, you like the way he pogoed. I love a man that will pogo, a person that will just hit and go up, go down, come up, hit, go down. That's good effort, good work.
It is good work, and we'll come back for the rest of the first half. Bradley down 40-25.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit mymethodist.finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
Tired of going on the hour adventure to find just one item at the big do-it-yourself store? Well, there's a better way, and it starts with a visit to Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria. Builders Cash and Carry will quickly get you the right item you need the first time and get you right back to your project. Builders Cash and Carry is here to help the do-it-yourselfer as well as the contractor with quality building materials like lumber, deck building supplies, and hardware. Get your job done right with help from Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria, just next to the Cedar Street Bridge.
Embassy Suites Hotel and Conference Center in East Peoria. Online now at embassysuiteseastpeoria.com.
Listen to your coach. Listen to your coach. Listen to your coach. Listen to your coach. He's saying, take the ball to the basket. Sam Maniscalco says, I'll do it.
And he's had some help. Theron Wilson's taken it to the basket, and Darian Norris has taken it to the basket. How many times have we got to the rim and haven't been able to finish in this first
early
half?
we didn't finish, and I think that exacerbates the situation for the players. You know, they get there, and anybody that misses an easy shot, it bothers you.
Sure.
And, you know, they're used to having those go down. And then it gets complicated as maybe another guy does it, and now all of a sudden it starts spreading like wildfire. But you can get settled down. I think if you're aggressive and going to the basket and you're aggressive defensively, even though we're down 15, you can get back in the game.
Anthony Thompson made the free throw. He got his first points against SEMO in the last ball game. But Anthony is a young man that Coach Les and the coaches think will have an impact, will be a force in this program before his days at the Hilltop are over. He made one of the two. Bradley's got an athletic team out there right now. Roberts, Dunson, Thompson, McCain, and Maniscalco. Avery Smith's been a thorn in Bradley's side with 14. He's got 60. Too many for Avery Smith. 42-26. The men in red have a hill to climb on the road. Maniscalco back at the point. Bradley trying to get inside. A foul on the Panthers. Avery Smith is 5 for 7 from the field, 4 for 6 from threes with 14 points in 13 minutes.
I believe we talked about, at the top of the show, we talked about the fact that was going to be a difficult matchup. And Jim Les has tried several guys on Avery Smith. He's strong. He takes the ball to the basket. He's a big-time leaper and a good feathery touch around the basket. And he backs you down and shoots over you. So in those cases, you might say, well, what do you do? How do you handle it? You got to maybe run somebody at him, double team him. But that's hard to do when they're spotting up three-point shooters, and you're reluctant as a coach to do that.
McCain went after that ball and knocked somebody down in the pursuit. Nobody injured. And Milwaukee yelling for help in the backcourt as Bradley extends some pressure. Bradley's got 18 rebounds. Milwaukee's got 18 rebounds. Into the lane goes Ricky Franklin, throws up a bad shot, and Bradley rebounds. Roberts got on that one. Here comes Doty. Yes! Doty Dunson with some nylon music.
He's a decent three-point shooter when he has time to set his feet. He had plenty of time to set his feet, and he knocked it down.
Here's a 30-second timeout as Doty's got 6. That's a good point. There's guys that are catch and shoots, and there's guys that make their own shots. Of course, some of those are the top of the league when you can get your own shot when you need it.
Well, Doty Dunson is shooting 15 for 42 coming into the game, 36%. When he gets time, as he did, as you just saw, then he can knock it down with maybe a little better percentage. He's just got to make the right choices. Sometimes in life and in basketball, it's about choices.
You got it. He had 33s as a freshman at Iowa State, one of only 4 young men to ever do the 33 at Iowa State as a freshman. And Doty hit 82% as a freshman at Iowa State in free throws with 18 in a row at one time. So he's a capable shooter when he's got time to set and go. Bradley's in his zone. 2-3. Sam flies at his man.
Now, UWM will be looking for the 3. They'll be patient. They have a lead. They can use a lot of the clock.
Here comes Smith with that 3 you talked about, and look at that. It's radar. He is on fire. 19 first half points for Avery Smith. He is just as hot as it is cold outside. Unbelievable. Here's a nice ball fake by Norris. He got it off, but it got tipped and out of bounds to Bradley. 2 minutes left in the first half. Bradley's got 29, but Milwaukee's got 45. Milwaukee averages 68 points a game, as does Bradley. Norris now slides through the lane. Maniscalco in traffic, stolen by a 340-pound James Ayers.
Well, what UWM is doing is they're switching. Every Bradley screen, they just switch. So then it's hard to get into the lane when everyone's just flattening you out.
Bradley got a steal. Chris Roberts got his hands on the ball and then off a Panther. So Bradley will have it with 1:40 to go in the first half. Braves would love to get a score or two and a stop or two here to pretty up at halftime. There's Roberts. Too long. Ricky Franklin found the rebound.
Well, that's an awful good shot. I mean, his 16-foot shot, wide open. You know, you got to have your player take it.
Smith finally missed that one, and a foul, I think, on Burley Port of the Panthers. Jim Les, go ahead.
Well, one of the things we haven't seen yet from UWM, and they do have another dimension that they'll stick in there, and that is that they'll use the big man, James Ayers, 340 pounds, and they'll set screens with him, and then they'll pop him, much like Bill Lambier used to do with the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thomas, and they'll step him back, and he can hit the three himself.
Exactly.
He's a 40% shooter from threes.
Yeah, that's just
we haven't
it's an
seen
anomaly.
It yet.
No, but it is something when a young man weighs that much. And he is just a big guy, but he gets up and down the floor, and he does shoot the ball outside. 340 pounds is hard to move.
It's hard to run around it. It's like running around a big oak tree. Chasing that squirrel around a tree.
How come you ran into me? I didn't think I had enough gas to get around. All right. 45-31 with minute 13. Franklin guarded by the opposite number 5, Maniscalco. Bradley playing man. Franklin eyes, tries, and got it.
That's one of those nights. I mean, everything they're throwing up is going in. He's
9.
a 25% three-point shooter.
Yeah, he's got 9. He's got 3 threes. It's just one of those things. Bradley's defense isn't as bad as the number on the scoreboard looks. Roberts got inside and Ayers fouled him. And Rob Jeter's not happy of one of his players.
I think what Rob Jeter is unhappy about is that he felt that there really wasn't a foul there. I guess. I mean, it's pretty difficult to say. It looked to me like there was a little to medium to large piece of the abominable snowman. Threw a little hip check there.
And with bruised hip and all, Chris Roberts knocks that one in. Roberts is shooting 90% from the foul line in the early part of this year. At Fort Worth, Texas, in his senior year, he averaged 18 points a game with good free throwing. Chris Roberts.
Well, he's very athletic, and he just hasn't figured out how to use his athleticism, in Division I. He hasn't figured it out yet. He will.
That's 3 points for Roberts. Franklin's back at the point. Bradley's down on defense, working. 20 to shoot, 23 on the game clock. First half nearing a close. 13 to shoot. This is Franklin. Wide open. They look inside. 7 to shoot. Here comes Ayers. If he didn't walk, it's a foul.
I didn't see anyone stepping in to take the charge against the 350-pound man. Not that there was an opportunity. I'm sort of being lighthearted.
Yeah.
In such a situation that is not lighthearted.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bradley Braves find themselves in serious trouble, down 16 to a team that they're the equal to or better on a given night. But there's a full half of basketball to play, and you know how things can turn around, especially with an emotional team like Bradley, with a history like Bradley has, the pride that they have, and the foot speed they have. So I think those things can be things that come into play in the second half. But Jim Les has got a lot to cover on that blackboard.
Well, you're right. We've seen some games, too, this year where Bradley's lit up the scoreboard with threes. I remember down in Florida, Bradley against Richmond, and people were saying, wow, this Richmond team's really, and they are really talented. But Bradley not only held their own, but beat them easily.
No, I think that and the UIC win were the two. Oh, look at this.
Roberts jumped into his man, did not get the call on a foul, and that's the end of the first half with the Milwaukee Panthers putting a big 5-0 on the board to lead 50-32.
Sports, it's all about teamwork. And as part of a team, we feel it necessary to recognize business teammates who have made our achievements possible. To our loyal customers,
that will have to stay and work inside, and I know that Anthony Thompson knows that's where he has to work.
You know, Dick, going into tonight's game, Bradley had shot 232 free throws, 232. Their opponents had shot 167. That's 65 more, and most of those are Theron Wilson. Your point exactly. He's good when he's playing around the basket.
But you still need to spread the court by shooting threes. And in the case of our three-point shooters, when they get time, as Dodie Dunson did right there where he had his feet set, you can knock them down. And that's kind of, the blend that you're looking for.
The second half is just underway. Bradley has McCain with the ball and Maniscalco outside. They have Collins inside right there with the ball now, asking for the ball and got fouled. Also, Darian Norris and Theron Wilson start for Bradley. Let's see, the original starting lineup is out there for the Panthers of Milwaukee. And they've been led by zero, Avery Smith, who's been anything but that tonight. Again, Collins calls for the ball in the block. He turns, he shoots, it's short. This is Tone Boyle, leading scorer for the Panthers. Big salute to so many Peoria area, Central Illinois folks that made the drive up here in the wind and cold and snow and ice, and here they are. Here's Boyle out of the corner. It's too long. Hill might have got away with a push-off inside, got the ball back up, but did not go. Milwaukee gets it back to Myers. Here's another rebound by Hill, and Milwaukee stolen by Norris. Bradley runs 2-on-1. Norris, yes, and one. Jim Les happy with the 6th point for Darian Norris, taking it coast to coast.
Well, if it was Sam Maniscalco that first got the strip and then pushed the ball down court, Darian Norris with a strong finish attempts the three-point play.
That's it, the old-fashioned three. Darian Norris. Sweet. 50-35. Braves get the first three of the second half. Ricky Franklin. Avery Smith's over on a right wing. Right there with the ball. That's the guy that just burnt Bradley the first half, and a blocking foul on Darian Norris. All right. Franklin lobs. Gets it right back. Stepped in bounds, missed the shot. And they're not going to make every shot this half as Theron Wilson gives it up. Norris on a fake. Bradley looks for a good shot. In it goes to Collins. Steps in, puts it up, and didn't finish.
Well, if you'll notice the next trip down when Bradley has the ball offensively, you'll see that UWM, Frank, is just switching. So when Darian Norris comes off the screen, the center is guarding him. Now, normally, you'd say, well, there's a way to take advantage of that. You take him off the dribble, lower your shoulder, get in the lane. He can't move his feet like a smaller, quicker guy. But we're not attempting to do that. We're not making them pay for switching. You got to make them pay when they switch.
Absolutely. David Collins at the foul line now had 13 block shots last year. He had 10 coming into this game this year. Might be a reflection on minutes.
Well, you know, towards the end of last year, there was a flicker, a glimmer, some hope that he would light the fuel of passion to love this game and work at it. But it hasn't happened. It hasn't worked out that way.
Bradley's got the first 5 points of the second half and are down 13. They went into halftime down 18. Here's Ayers inside. A moose, just a load in the paint, but he walked that time.
Surprisingly, he's better on the perimeter than he is in the post. He doesn't have a lot of lift, and he's got to use his bulk to pin you and then maybe get the shot off. He does have a pretty good touch around the basket, but he's not agile.
You know, we were watching him warm up, and he does have a pretty good perimeter shooting.
No,
He really does.
When I saw him against Wright State, he hit 5 in a row.
All right, McCain. Bradley has a 5-0 second half going. Here is Darian Norris on a step out. The rebound is on the floor and a whistle and a foul, I believe, on. Now let's check. Let's see what.
Now they're pointing to Theron Wilson.
Well, if it is, that's the 3rd foul on Wilson. But Jim Les makes no move to go to the bench. Bradley still holding Wisconsin-Milwaukee to nothing so far here in the second half, and that's what Bradley needs. Quick move, Avery Smith. Shot too quickly. Bradley has the ball again. 17-38. Maniscalco just got tripped by Smith.
See, that's that speed mismatch that was in transition, but that's what I was talking about. Sam had a guy that wasn't as quick as his feet are, and he was able to blow by him, and then, of course, Avery Smith trips him. But you can't do that on the half because there's too many people in the lane. And you got to get your spacing to do that, and you get your spacing by hitting threes, and that complicates things.
All right, we'll be back. Bradley's coming back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Brett Grimm from Grimm Heating and Air Conditioning. Right now, indoor air is roughly 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. 50% of your illnesses can be either aggravated or caused by polluted indoor air. We have to come into the house to be able to see what we're dealing with. We put a sensor in on one day, and we come back 3 days later. This sensor will take readings of all the different things that are going in your home. There's no charge for the service. All it takes is a phone call. Call us today. We'd love to come out and have the opportunity to help you make your home as healthy as possible.
What you choose today determines your tomorrows. Choose well.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
Heritage Bank's newest location is your cell phone. Mobile banking. Your bank on the go. Visit go-heritage.com and check it out.
It's not about Florida or California.
It's about the Peoria area.
It's about what's happening right here.
Here, there's a good selection of homes in every price range. Call a realtor today.
When is an heirloom more than an heirloom? When you bring it to Carlson's Custom Jewelry in Peoria Heights. Whether you're repairing a precious heirloom, creating your own, or reinventing the one you've got, Carlson's Jewelry is here with professional jewelers to give your piece that perfect personal touch. Everything is done in-house. Nothing leaves the shop. Carlson's, located at 4701 North Prospect Road in Peoria Heights, corner of Prospect and Duryea. Remember, custom jewelry doesn't cost more, it just means more.
Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace. And Dick, it looks like Bradley's intensity is up on both ends of the court to start this second half.
Well, the deficit is only 13. That's that's no big deal. But you got to make shots, and we've had some open shots that you'd like to see go down. But I certainly love the intensity defensively, and when we get after loose balls, we are scrapping like that man used to do, and coming up with loose balls and getting some transition opportunities.
Yeah, there's the Sidlers in the crowd I see, and there's a lot of Bradley fans that are here, and they're just terrific to see them follow the team, and over there with Jim Les and Eric Bisher and Kyle Vogt and Steve Murfeld and Delvin Brooks. Here's Boyle inside. Nice pass to Ayers, who horsed it in. That's the first two for the Panthers, and his sixth. Ayers' sixth. Collins with a high screen. Skip pass. Norris goes in. Just wouldn't drop.
They've got
numbers and a foul. 17:01 to play where Bradley fouled. It's on Maniscalco.
Well, Bradley comes out of the timeout. It's their ball underneath. They have the possession, and David Collins commits an offensive foul. So as quickly as things looked like they were going in the right direction, they could go the other direction. And it all has to do with concentration.
Focus it is.
Well, I know when I coach, and I know Jim West does the same thing. You stop practice, you make the guy look at the floor, and you say, all right, how much time is on the clock? How much time is on the shot clock? Where are we in the game? What's our foul situation? Who has the jump ball possession? These are things that you have to know all the time, every minute you're on the floor.
You need awareness and anticipators in basketball. Here's a near steal by the Panthers. Bradley got it back. That's Wilson trying to take his man. McCain into Collins. Turns, ship, up and in.
Got it.
He's got a nice touch.
He's got it all except for maybe he needs to go see the Wiz.
That's 4 points for David Collins.
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
Please.
53-39 is the score. Look at here.
This is something that Bradley needs to do more of, and this man, David Collins, who's 7 feet tall, he's chiseled, he's agile, he has a good shooting touch. His hands aren't real strong, but if he take that ball up under his chin instead of having it down at his waist, he'd have a lot more success. Who knows, maybe he'll have his epiphany tonight.
Maybe. When he gets that ball up around his head, that's pretty rare air. A lot of little guards can't get their hands up that high. Here's Meyer outside. No. Rebound Bradley. Chris Roberts. Bradley down 13. They trail by 18 at the half. Trying to get inside against these yellow-clad Panthers. Here's Roberts shooting and missing, and a rebound into the hands of Tony Meyer.
So Chris Roberts has to learn, that's a double dewberry with a cherry. That's a very difficult shot.
Yeah.
It's not something that you need, especially with the time and the score and the deficit.
There was a great block by David Collins on one end. Maniscalco's got it. Bradley looks to carve into the lead some more. Maniscalco's all the way in for 2.
Beautiful left hand. Nice finish.
And all of a sudden, the lead has melted to 11. Franklin with an answer, no. Bradley. Roberts. Collins actually asking for the ball in the block. Now Sam Maniscalco doesn't get it. Look at that long rebound. Bradley stepping in. Collins gave it, Wilson tried to give it to Collins, who wasn't ready.
Yeah, but when you throwing to a big man, you throw to his chin. You know why? Because his chin is the bottom part of his face, and everybody will protect their face. You throw to a big man lower than his sternum, he's not going to catch it.
Amen.
Especially in traffic. Darren Wilson should have put the ball up, and then the two of them should have banged the boards, Collins and Wilson.
Bradley down 53-42.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit My Methodist Doc Finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
Embassy Suites Hotel and Conference Center in East Peoria. Online now at embassysuiteseastpeoria.com.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo. World-class value. World-class service.
Employee pricing plus on all 08 and 09 Volvos at Velde Volvo during our Season of Giving event. Like this 08 XC90 crossover at $41,427, 08 XC70 at $37,349, and this 09 S40 at $28,291.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo. Pioneer Parkway, Peoria. We deliver world-class value, world-class service.
Well, it's Bradley down 11. Sam Maniscalco trying to help the cause. Tucks the ball with a sweet left-handed finish.
Bradley down 18 at the half, and because that last play made it 53-42 with 15:23. Plenty of time left for Bradley to continue this comeback, and the momentum can shift.
It's all about stops, and it's all about hitting shots.
Part of hitting shots is valuing every possession, and Bradley's been productive in this half. Collins is now out. Taylor Brown is in for Bradley. Anthony Hill in for Ayers. Here's Tone Boyle in the paint, in trouble. Almost there too long. Under 15 minutes. Here's a push off on Tony Meyer. He was set in the post and pushed off, and Bradley gets the ball back. Now Bradley has a chance to cut it to single numbers.
Well, UWM was in a shot clock situation, so it was a fortunate thing the call went that way. You wouldn't want to see a bailout.
Oh, those are pack breakers. Roberts outside with Dunson.
Good
Zone.
swing of the ball.
Dodie Dunson misses the three. The ball is loose, and the Panthers have it. Milwaukee moves up. Roberts lobs inside. Oh, Theron Wilson made a nice effort. Stole the ball and had to throw it in the stands as he went rolling out of the stands. Bradley has cut into the lead. Now needs to continue the good effort on the defensive end. The officials are going to talk something over. Jim Les steps out onto the floor to see what it is. And it's Milwaukee's ball. And now a whistle.
I think defensively Bradley's doing a better job. They're covering the threes better. You don't see those wide open threes. You see it. Very good pressure, very good effort. And it's not reflected dramatically in the field goal percentage. Bradley's still shooting 31%, but it is reflected somewhat in what they've done to Milwaukee. Milwaukee, UWM, is now shooting 41 for the game instead of 50, which they shot at half.
Yeah, Bradley has absolutely picked it up on both ends here in the second half. They were down 50-32 at the half, and you see the score there. Bradley trying to get it to single numbers.
They're trying to solve this zone.
Dunson's way outside. Yes!
He had a lot of time. When he gets time, he's pretty good.
Nylon music. Dodie Dunson. Bradley within 8. It was 18. That's 11 for Dunson. On the hunt, Tone Boyle rolled it in. Nice move.
Yeah, he's a much better finisher. I'm kind of beating that to death, but he's known as a three-point shooter, but he can finish at the basket.
Now will Bradley be able to answer? 10-point game. Stepping inside, the Braves. No. Rebound Bradley. Wilson foul. Theron Wilson active on the boards.
See, I really like Theron Wilson when he's in the paint. When he's, you'd almost like to put a rope around his foot, and say, all right, look, just stay in this distance. Play your game within this distance. Don't get enamored with the perimeter.
Yeah.
Be a guy that really likes the area where he's effective.
Wilson, Bradley's leading free throw attempter, and Bradley has shot 33 more free throws than their opponent in the first 9 games.
Here's where I like Theron Wilson inside, battling, using that athleticism and that jumping ability.
He did not get that one, but there might have been, and I thought it was a lane violation for a moment, but not. It's Milwaukee ball. There's David Collins coming onto your screen. And he's back in after a rest. Dunson, Maniscalco, Collins, Brown, and Chris Roberts. All the way to the ring and back out. Ayers in the game again, 55. Guarded by Thompson.
There's that screen. Look for a pick and pop. There's the pop. He didn't see him.
And here's your 3-ball by Meyer, not good. Collins had the ball in his hands and lost it. Now Ayers a 3. Tip out. Milwaukee's just tipping the ball out, and they get it back. Tone Boyle for 3. Big shot, big situation.
He's not going to stop shooting. He's a confident player.
Now the lead is 12. Tone Boyle with a dozen. He averages 14. Bradley has the ball. Dunson. And Avery Smith grabs the rebound and hustles on the court. Smith up, in, good, and 1. Huge 2 plays in a row for the Panthers.
Yeah, this is a bothersome thing for the Bradley Braves, the ability or the inability to control the penetration of this man, Avery Smith, who had a huge first half and is starting to become alive in the second half.
I could hear Jim Less yell, "Dave, what did he do?" He was talking to Dave Marisich, one of the officials. And Bradley finds itself now down by 14 again. They cut it all the way to 8. Inside, Wilson, pretty.
That's where he should be playing. I mean, that's where he should make his home, with some paint.
Forget about home on the range, home in the paint. Ayers. When he decides to go someplace, it's hard to stop him. He's inside, he threw it up, and that's a violation to Bradley. The fans are yelling because they think he got fouled.
And he might have.
And he might have. Those are 2 big guys banging together. There's a timeout now on the court with Bradley down 12.
Scissors for Hair, more than just a haircut. Family owned for over 20 years. We're open 7 days a week, appointments or walk-ins. We have the biggest selection of home hair care products. You're sure to find what you're looking for. Stop in or make an appointment for the whole family. Our experienced staff is ready to meet your needs. Scissors for Hair, centrally located in University Plaza in Peoria, 688-0600.
Get the best price and the right advice on quality appliances at Sherman's.
Total dental care from kids to grandparents and the brave to the not so brave. General dentistry for the entire family. Call 347-CARE today.
A healthy lifestyle. The difference it makes is unbelievable.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
Get the best price and the right advice on quality living room furniture at Sherman's.
Whether you've got the next Bradley basketball star in training or you're just having fun with the kids, count on the durability of a Goal Setter basketball system exclusively at Rainbow Play Systems. Goal Setter basketball systems have the proven performance and engineering to provide years of fun. The Goal Setter's patented compression jack system and offset pole design make this unit superior to other basketball goals. Visit Rainbow Play Systems today to try the Goal Setter basketball system for yourself and get a free pole pad with your purchase. Goal Setter basketball systems, the best in basketball.
Well, we've been talking about Dodie Dunson and his three-point shooting ability. If he gets time and space and can measure it, he's a much better shooter than he tries to shoot with a hand in his face or to release it too quickly.
Dodie Dunson shooting going into this game, 36% on threes, 43 from the field and 72 from the foul line. There's Dodie with Sam Maniscalco in the Bradley huddle. And Bradley has had a much superior second half to the first, but they still find themselves a dozen behind, but there's plenty of time at 11:49. If you just tuned in, Bradley's in red, and at Milwaukee, the Panthers are in gold trimmed in black. Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace, U.S. Cellular Arena, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Maniscalco. Dunson's in one corner. Roberts comes out in the other. Roberts three, long three. And Milwaukee rebounds.
David Collins had that rebound in his hands and just couldn't squeeze it and keep it.
Bradley needs a stop. Ayers sends it inside to Ricky Franklin. He puts it up, no good. A little bit of better size advantage there as Bradley had Roberts. Johnson with 11 points here in the game. Sam Maniscalco goes all the way in, tries to give the ball up. Wilson somehow got it and got fouled. Theron Wilson with a good effort. All right, 10:56 left.
Yeah, Theron Wilson really scraps inside, gets fouled. James Ayers, the abominable snowman. You're not going anywhere when that man has your arm.
No, he'd be tied to a tree. There's Edrin McCain comes in, and he gives Bradley opportunities to steal the ball and intercept. He's got great quickness. McCain is a very tough kid. He's also a very receptive kid to coaching. Free throw is up and in by Wilson. Coaches compliment him on those areas. 60-49. Can Bradley come back against
the pick and pop? Good adjustment.
Ayers
this guy
to the basket, didn't get it. Collins got that one. Can Bradley score? McCain. Clock moves to 10:30. Roberts throws it up and in. Falls, and one.
It was a crier. And I got that expression from a man that used to walk this court, Al McGuire, right in front of us. And he used to say, when a ball stays up there and it's circling and hanging and teetering, and it's just crying to get it in. He used to call it a crier.
I love that man too, Dick. He'd say, some nights the rim is a rain barrel and some nights it's a teacup.
It's a teacup tonight, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
He had some wonderful expressions.
He was something. He introduced the phrase paint to college basketball.
Aircraft carrier, all kinds of them.
Oh, yeah. Seashells and balloons. 10:27 to play. Bradley down 60, but only to 52. Bradley was 18 down at the half. Now they're 8. Can they mount this comeback all the way? Port sends it inside, and Bradley gets called for a reach foul. Foul is on Edrin McCain. Edge has his first, his second. Theron Wilson the only one with 3. Here's the ball loose underneath, and then that's a big-time foul there. Burley Port, I think, got fouled, and it was by Collins. Port is a shot blocker, but he hasn't shot a ton of anything this year so far. No free throws. He's got 33% from the field. He's another big guy, 6'8". He's from Monrovia, Liberia. Burley Port.
David Collins with 4 fouls now.
4 it is, and in comes Taylor Brown for Collins. That's Port's first point. Makes it a 9-point advantage. Bradley went from 18 to 8. Now it's 9. Still time, 10:09. That's 2 free throws for Port. Transferred from Olney, JC. McCain got all the way in the lane. Dunson looks for help.
Bradley needs to make good choices on this possession.
Roberts gives it up. Edrin missed it. Nice rebound. Taylor Brown has a nose for the ball. Missed it, but he got the second rebound. Now Wilson, Bradley missed 3 tries. Tough for the Braves. Tone Doyle stops on a dime. Rebound. Deontay Roberts. Now Bradley steals it, slapping it away with 9:30.
Good aggression defensively by the team in red, the Bradley Braves.
Absolutely. And look at Theron Wilson take it in. No whistle. He got chopped down.
Had to be a foul on somebody.
There were bodies really whacking in there. Milwaukee, the ball, and the 10-point advantage. Whistle, timeout. Rob Jeter. Bradley with 9:12 to go has 10 points to come back from.
Well, neither team right now is able to put the ball in the basket with any alacrity, but I think Rob Jeter, the coach of the UWM Panthers, made an excellent time out here, because even though neither team was scoring, one team seemed to be getting the momentum, and that was Bradley, because they've been very aggressive on the defensive end. Very.
It's an interesting point. Bradley has scored 20 points in this half, and 12 points for Milwaukee in this half. So Bradley is 20-12 in the second half, and cut an 18-point lead down to 10.
Well, when we used to have deficits, when I worked in the NBA, there's an old expression. It's called 2 by 2, 2 by 2. Just get the deficit down 2 by 2, so you don't have to get it all back at once.
2 at a time. Bradley playing man-to-man, and they're hawking the ball much better in this half. James in the lane, swirling, nearly did walk. Referee right in front of us, and you could see him warming up to call that one as Deion James spun into the lane. He's a transfer from Tulsa.
Oh, one of my favorite places.
Yeah. I was there many times with you. Here's a driving layup. Doty, Dunson, and one. Finger roll.
I mean, I really like the way they're constantly trying to take the ball to the basket. They're constantly threatening the paint. They're constantly threatening the rim. And what happens is it not only can get the other team in foul trouble, it gets you on the free throw line.
13 points for double D2. Doty, Dunson, number 2, and he's got a trifecta there, and all of a sudden it's 62-55. Bradley extends pressure. Now all of a sudden it's the momentum going one way, and Tone Boyle answers again. It hung on the lip, fell in, and won. Tone Boyle.
He really doesn't have great foot speed. He's beautifully coached by his father. And one of the things that he does is he freezes your feet and then gets by you, and is a pretty darn good finisher inside. And he'll threaten that drive, and he's not shy.
He has 14, now 15. He has one more than his season average for the game. The Panthers' leading scorer. McCain beat his man.
Make a good choice. Swing the ball.
Under 8.5 minutes. McCain gets free in the paint. There's a little teardrop. No. A runner by McCain wouldn't go. Here's a wild pass by the Panthers, and Bradley speeded him up a little bit with some pressure.
Well, they're bringing the pressure down a little further, and as long as you don't get burned by it, it's a really smart thing to do. You're constantly looking for those extra possessions, and this is the way Bradley has to play.
Now the Braves rotate again. Taylor Brown in. Sam Maniscalco back in now. Sam's a good guy in the clutch. Dunson's had a big game. McCain, fake and go. Beat a man, beat 2. Oh, look at that. That's Wilson and Brown. Taylor, downtown Brown, with a rebound and score. He has 4.
Yeah, I believe Freddie played in this building too.
He did that.
Freddie, downtown Brown.
Yes. Avery Smith back in, the big gun tonight for the Panthers. He's 0, guarded by Dunson. Tone Boyle on the way. Here he comes. He missed that one, but Maniscalco fouled him. Sam Maniscalco.
Well, Tone Boyle prefers to drive right, as most right-handers do, so you got to shade that side a little bit, and he's doing a good job of freezing Sammy's feet and then going right. Sam needs to anticipate it, jump to the strong hand, and try to send him back to the left hand.
We'll be back with Bradley down 65-57.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit mymethodist.finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
Products don't know how to find customers, but Comcast Spotlight does. With a mix of on-air, online, and on-demand advertising, you can reach your customers wherever they are.
Central Illinois farmers have taught us that hard work, dedication, and respect of others make up the farm way. Your friends at Leeway Ceramic Tile have built a company based on these same principles. Next time you're shopping for ceramic tile, visit the hardworking people who always treat their customers with respect for quality products at a fair price. Remember, there's the farm way and there's Leeway. Leeway Ceramic Tile.
So if you want the best in ceramic tile, the only way is Leeway.
Good penetration by Edwin McCain, but there's downtown Taylor Brown with a strong finish.
Nicely done by Taylor Brown. Now, catching you up on the foul situation for the Panthers, Avery Smith, 0, has 4 fouls. For Bradley, Wilson and Collins with 4 apiece. And at the moment, neither are in the game. Avery Smith is in the game with 4 fouls. Boyle missed a free throw.
We're looking at an 8-point deficit with 7 minutes left. It's doable.
It is. And
been done. Been there.
It's
done it.
Done it.
Can be done.
And they miss a pair. And bouncing Taylor Brown got that one, and here comes the Braves. McCain exchanges outside. Bradley playing with some confidence on offense. And a foul against Ricky Franklin.
No, I think it's just out of bounds, Frank.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think so, too. Ricky Franklin also has 4 fouls for the Panthers. So 2 on each team with 4. 7:17 left. 15 to shoot. Bradley down. Looking to carve more off that lead. Dunson flies to the basket, missed it. Got it back, and Brown got this one. Puts it up. No! Bradley gets yet another rebound and a foul. The Braves pounding the glass.
They're playing with a lot of energy. Now the crowd doesn't like this call. It's the right call. Bradley has been playing aggressively on the defensive end, and now they're getting aggressive on the offensive boards. You have to find ways to score when you don't hit from the perimeter. Offensive rebounding, a lot of activity underneath. This is the kind of scrum that you like to see.
Oh, you do.
You just cheer your guys when they give you that kind of effort.
The harder you give the intensity and effort, the harder it is to surrender.
That's right, and it's amazing what happens, if you just give effort. Things just start to happen for you.
Chris Roberts, who came into the game a 90% free throw shooter, wants to make this one in the worst way. Bradley's mounted a good comeback in this game. Roberts missed and goes after the rebound and somehow got it with his athleticism. He has 6 points. He simply used his athleticism and quickness to get to that ball. Maniscalco with his left hand throws it up. No. Bradley rebounds and the ball falls. Oh! There is the 5th foul on Avery Smith, and Sam Maniscalco saw it coming.
Well, if you're UWN, you're saying you didn't give him enough space to turn. If you're Bradley, you're saying, hey, our guy was set.
Wait a second here. What is the call?
I mean, That's a legitimate charge. I mean, he was set. He was standing there. Avery Smith just didn't see him.
And according to the scoreboard, Avery Smith has 4 fouls.
Now I see the two officials at half court talking. Tell me they're going to change this call.
Oh my goodness, this is a huge call in this game. Because it takes Avery Smith out of the game.
They don't use a replay for these kinds of calls, do they? I don't think so. I don't know.
This is very.
They're looking at something.
Yeah, there's 6:40 to play. Bradley's down 65-57. The Braves have been coming back all half, and right now the officials, a trio in the middle of the court, talking. Both teams are around their coaches, and they're trying to sort this out. The officials are Dave Marisich, Brad Gaston, and Dan Streifler. So we'll just see. Let's see what we can find.
Let's take another look at it, Frank.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to say that from this angle, we might be able to say, there's Avery Smith. I don't know. It just certainly looked like it was a charge. But it's never a good thing for the team that got the original call, and then all of a sudden the officials are huddling.
Yeah.
So if you're the coach, you're over there and you're going,
yeah, they're looking at a monitor.
You made the call.
Yeah.
Stand by your call.
Yeah. Watch Sam Maniscalco throw his hand in the air.
I don't know. I mean, I think I know. I mean, I think it was a charge.
Yeah.
But
well, that's certainly that was the initial call, and they still don't know what it is now. They're looking at a monitor. We're located on the floor, right across the way from the monitor they're looking at, and let's see.
See, even if you look at a monitor, you saw the same thing we saw. It's not that easy of a call. I think they're going to stand by their call. Good for them.
Good for them is right.
I mean, that's what I saw. I think it's what you saw. But
it is.
You know, we are a little prejudiced.
Well, sure.
We'd like the call to go Bradley's way.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, you know, if we were, I'd say that would be the call.
Yeah.
The only difference would be if the Bradley player didn't give the Milwaukee player enough room to make a move, but I think the room was there.
McCain got a circus shot in. McCain went to the baseline and threw one up from his hip. He's got 7, and Bradley's climbing back in this thing. 65-59. Bradley within 6.
There's a ton of time left in this game. This is totally doable.
6:15 left. This is Deion James, and a foul on the Braves. I think it was on McCain. We'll see. It wasn't on McCain. I don't know.
Both teams are on the super bonus, so you're looking at every foul now is going to be 2 free throws. So I would think that Bradley would still want to continue to do what they've been doing, taking that ball to the basket. Of course, on the other end, UWM's doing the same thing. Once you get on that super bonus, boy, that's easy pickings.
You bet.
Every time you get 2, every time you touch somebody.
What happened there was the official blew the whistle intending to call a foul on McCain, put 4 fingers in the air. Bradley has no 4 on the floor, but that was Deion James, the driver, and now he got it straightened out. It is the foul on McCain. Now Wilson checks back in for Bradley with 4 fouls, and Taylor Brown is out. So on the court with 4 fouls are Theron Wilson for the Braves, and 21, Tony Meyer.
Yeah, we're a little small right now, but this is the team that brought you back. This is an active team. It's an athletic team, and it has good foot speed.
It does that. Maniscalco flying across the lane. Dunson tries to jam the ball inside. It's a run out for Tone Boyle. Oh, a strip by Maniscalco and a foul. Sam Maniscalco, this will be his 3rd foul.
Well, I thought that was a good penetration and dish. Just didn't, we didn't finish it. Like the same problem we've been having all night. You got to catch the ball in traffic. Now here's Sam Maniscalco trying to do the old Bill Laimbeer thing. The strip looked awful good from this angle.
Didn't it?
You see the official didn't see the same thing we saw because he was behind the play.
Free throw is good by Tone Boyle. Played junior college ball, Highland in Freeport, Illinois. Middleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think he played at 2 junior colleges. He played at another one, was Kirkwood in Iowa, or something like that.
All right, under 6 minutes left, 68-59. Bradley needs a basket. Wilson. Smith is fouled out for the Panthers. Chris Roberts outside. He's going to try a 3. Milwaukee's got the ball.
Probably had a good look. He had a very good look.
It was that. Dodie Dunson's down on the bottom against 340-pound Ayers. They found the mismatch. He steps in and scores.
Yeah, that's too much of a mismatch.
Dodie weighs 204 pounds. Wilson got inside, missed the shot. Rebound, blocked out. Wilson got it down. Theron stayed with it.
He's been a workhorse. When he's been inside, he's done an outstanding job. We're still looking at a 9-point deficit, almost just under 5 minutes.
Milwaukee got 50 points in the first half. With 4:50 to go in the second half, they have 70 or 20 more. Bradley has a rebound. Stripped away both ways. Dunson hustling into the front court. Dodie's been a lot of places on this court tonight, as has McCain and Sam Maniscalco. Hello again to Will Egolf and Sam Singh pulling for the Braves at home while they recover. We need you both back. And Andrew Warren, who's here, hurt. Maniscalco.
Got it! And it! Oh, I thought he was fouled.
Maniscalco drilled it.
No, it was a timeout.
And there's a timeout on the floor. I did too. 70-64 as Maniscalco gets the 3. That was 9 points for Sam Maniscalco. And the Braves are getting contributions from a number of places.
You know, and I think UWM is tightening up a little bit. They're not shooting near as well, you know, for the game. We're still not shooting well, but we've really reduced their field goal percentage down to 40, which is manageable, and that's about what they shoot on the year. Not that aberration that we saw in the first half where they just scorched us for 50 points.
For Bradley, 14 points for Dodie Dunson and 11 for Theron Wilson, 9 for Sam Maniscalco leading the way.
You know, with James Ayers, 340 pounds in there, Bradley's got to get a different matchup, and I believe you'll see Theron Wilson on him instead of Dodie Dunson.
Probably quick enough he'd get around and front him. Ricky Franklin with the ball against Dunson. Here's Tone Boyle. No foul. Chris Roberts.
Remember I was talking about never foul a jump shooter. Hand in the face, stand up, make sure you don't foul him, especially with that
3. Yeah, Tone Boyle is just a good-looking shooter. And I know that the coaches were talking early this season. They'd like to have had him be your second scoring option, and he's been the first all along. But Avery Smith tonight was a good alternative option.
Yeah, that's a good point, Frank. It makes UWM a better team if Tone Boyle would be the second scoring option. If they had some kind of a post-up game, you know, it would be more effective. They could be more effective as well.
Yes.
If they now think that they can throw the ball into Ayers. But, I mean, they're throwing the ball into 340-pound James Ayers because, you know, Bradley has a small team on the floor.
Well said. And down it goes for Boyle. That pushes the lead back to 73-64. Bradley cuts it down there, and the Panthers answer. Bradley's got to keep coming back. Just under 4 minutes to go. The Braves are going to have to hit shots and get stops. McCain. 17 to shoot. Roberts did not get it. Got set, didn't unload, and then did.
Yeah, you need a better shot than that. I mean, he turned it down the first time and then took it the second time. That was a deep 3.
It was very deep. Kalen Anderson, 22 in the game for the Panthers, and a foul again on the Braves. I think it's Maniscalco, and that's his 4th. And there's timeout now on the court. There's 3:23 to go. Bradley's still in it and still trying to come back.
Therapy with a personalized approach. That's what you'll find at Professional Therapy Services. Therapy for all ages. Therapy for multiple conditions. Professional Therapy Services has clinics conveniently located in Peoria, Morton, Pekin, Chillicothe, and Washington. For those who expect more, see Professional Therapy Services. We are the therapy people.
Sports, it's all about teamwork. And as part of a team, we feel it necessary to recognize business teammates who have made our achievements possible. To our loyal customers at Teamworks, we thank you for your continued support and welcome you again soon. We're gearing up for back to school with an expanded showroom, great new spirit wear to support your team, and as your authorized Mizuno team dealer, we have the latest equipment to give your team that competitive edge. Teamworks, we're as passionate and proud of our team as you are of yours.
Get the best price and the right advice on HD TV and home theater at Sherman's.
Heritage Bank's newest location is your cell phone. Mobile banking, your bank on the go. Visit go-heritage.com and check it out.
Comcast Spotlight is very excited to bring the Taste of Home Cooking School back again on March 5th. It's at 5 Points, Washington, and local businesses, we have lots of booth space available. It's a great opportunity to get more exposure. Call 686-2632 to reserve your booth today.
Bradley was down 18 at the half.
Yeah, Sam Maniscalco looked like he got fouled on that play, buried the three, and got his feet tangled up with the defender. I heard a whistle, and I was thinking we had a chance at a 4-point play, but it was a whistle for a timeout.
As I was saying, Bradley was 18 down at the half. They've outscored UM Panthers 32-23 in the second half, and they're 9 down, but there's only now 3:23 to go, so the Braves are really going to have some magic going for them now.
You know, and Frank, interestingly enough, Avery Smith, who lit up Bradley for 19 in the first half, has only 2 and fouled out in the second half, so other people like this guy, Tone Boyle, have stepped up, and I think that's his 16th or 17th point.
Tone Boyle is just a very confident-looking shooter and player. He made them both. Got a ton of free throws.
I take it back. He's got 21.
Yeah,
Did I read that right?
Yeah, he's 22 now.
Yep.
22 points for Tone Boyle.
He had 23 against Marquette.
Yeah.
Pretty good performance.
I guess Sam way out there, rattled out. Now it's going to be tough. We got to the 3-minute mark.
Well, it's all about threes now. You can get back in a game if you can hit threes. That's what it's all about for Bradley.
Braves got a small, quick lineup out there. Here's a pass in the lane, stolen by Theron Wilson, just what I was talking about. Roberts, now McCain, 3. Oh, nice cutting rebound by Dunson. Didn't get it, and it's 3-on-2. Milwaukee. With 2:30 to go, they turn it outside. The clock is their friend and Bradley's enemy. Milwaukee has ridden a spectacular first half to this 11-point lead here in the second.
And give Bradley, give them some kudos for their effort.
Oh, absolutely. The second half, Bradley has just expended mountains of energy. Look at that. Ayers, 6'7", 340, rolls it home and nails it.
He's an interesting player. I mean, he really doesn't have a lot of lift. He has a lot of girth, a lot of weight, but he's pretty darn agile. And he's got a good-looking outside shot, which we really didn't see tonight.
He's from Roseville, Minnesota, James Ayers, and he's had a nice game with 11 points. Played a lot of minutes tonight. He only averages 14. Roberts, and Bradley all of a sudden now can't make a 3. Oh, look at that. Edwin McCain, 5'11", got the rebound, gave it to Wilson for a stuff, and Theron puts it down. 13 points for Theron Wilson. How McCain got that rebound, I don't know.
Well, he's very athletic. He's a superior jumper, and he's not afraid to go down there and mix it up. And then a nice little dish to that man, Theron Wilson, operating in the paint.
13 for Theron, 14 for Doty, 5 for Sam, 7 for McCain, and 6 for Roberts for Bradley. But now, under 2 minutes and a 12-point deficit, unless you just make your threes, period, it's trouble.
Well, you pretty much have to rain threes and get stops. I mean, it's not impossible. You know, Reggie Miller scored 11 points in 8 seconds, or 8 points in 11 seconds. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
But I mean, the tale for Bradley, unfortunately, has been the dearth of perimeter shooting. And unfortunately, you know, with what they're trying to do offensively, and teams are now either going under on the ball screens, or they're switching. When they switch, you would think our foot speed versus their size and slower foot speed would be, you know, a plus. Unfortunately, the rest of the Milwaukee team is in the lane because they're not worried about going out and covering the threes because we don't make them. So it's a trick bag that Bradley has to solve. It's a conundrum.
A conundrum it is. Sam Maniscalco talking to the official. You know, I remember Sam in high school playing against Dimitri McCaney of Illinois and Evan Turner, and he had 30-plus points against each of those teams in high school. Bradley's got some kids that have had some exceptional backgrounds, and they are a good cross-section of youth and building for the future. You know, and they say if you got 8 hours to chop down a tree, spend 6 sharpening your axe.
Yeah, well, Sam Maniscalco fouled out, gave us his usual full-out effort. I honestly think he needs to shoot the ball more. With Andrew Warren out, he's the next best three-point shooter, but he doesn't take enough shots to have it be a factor. And nobody knows the team like the man that coaches them. So, you know, I'm not sitting here second-guessing. I'm saying, you know, that's what I see. And I'm sure if I see it, Coach Les sees it.
No question.
If Coach Les sees it, he's probably talking to him.
Franklin rolls it in. 79-66, under 2 minutes to go. Here's a driving, moving layup by the Braves, Edwin McCain. McCain brings it back to 11, and Bradley fouls. The issue in this game against Bradley was the astonishing first half of basketball that the Panthers had with 50 points. Bradley's held them to 29 points in the second half, but with a 50-point first half, that's just huge.
Well, that gave them this cushion, and we never did solve the problem. We were still shooting 31% from the floor. We're 5 out of 23 from threes. You know, we just never solved the problem of getting the ball in the basket. We did a good job of getting their leading scorer, Tone Boyle, under control in the first half. But in the second half, he's kind of gotten away on us as Avery Smith got in foul trouble and only scored 2 points in this half.
Here's look at Dodie Dunson giving all of his energy once again. Goes right, left, steps in, puts it up there, no good. Bradley tips no.
You know, one of the things, Frank, that this young Bradley team needs to learn is that each individual on the team needs to learn what he can do and what he can't do that will be successful in Division I. You know, we're just a game away from opening up the valley. I went to Northern Illinois the other night. It took the long, cold drive to see Southern play, and they're very formidable, and that's our first opponent.
They guard you
in the league. And, of course, Illinois State, I believe, is still undefeated.
That they are.
And Creighton is the pick to win the league, and on and on and on.
Well, and Drake dispatched Iowa today in a very nice win for the Bulldogs, and they're coming on. They have a very nice team. And Evansville. Here's McCain down on the floor. Bradley picks it up. Roberts stops and fires one up, no good. Long rebound, Tone Boyle with 1:10 to go. It's 81-68, and this one's the Panthers as a foul on Darian Norris. Bradley Braves.
You know, if you look at the last few years, actually since Coach Les has been here, we've had some unfortunate things happen. Losing key players for key stretches, for long stretches of time, losing players for the season, not having Will Egoff available. Really had his epiphany in Florida where he played so well.
Really did.
Against Richmond. And he also played well against Florida.
And one of the leading returning scorers in the Valley, number 4 leading returning scorer for Braves, Andrew Warren, hasn't played.
So all of these things make it difficult, and it puts pressure on the young guys to find out what they can and can't do in Division I and against Valley competition.
And Sam Singh didn't make it tonight with his surgery recovery. Here's Norris. Tone Boyle's got it. It's under a minute now, and another foul on the Braves. Well, the Horizon League and Bradley have been familiar this year. They've gone head-to-head with Butler, UIC, and now UW-Milwaukee.
The Horizon League has some awfully good teams. Cleveland State is an outstanding team as well.
Very athletic.
You know, you're always going to get tough wins, have to get tough wins against Green Bay, Loyola, Chicago. I mean, the league has gotten better. I don't think it's at the level of the Valley, but I think it's one of their better years in many years.
Well, Green Bay is 6-4, and of course Butler's 8-1. Here's Zach Holt coming in for the Panthers. Bradley used its bench liberally today. Down 3 bodies. Now it's 84-68. And the last few minutes, McCain knocks one down. That's a 3. Edwin McCain with a 3. And he continues to improve. He's got 12. McCain.
He's only 2 for 9 from the field, though, and he has 2 threes and 2 free throws.
Oh, blind pass, and Wilson missed it. A signature of the night. Right at the rim, and we didn't finish. Bradley couldn't get, there's a steal by Wilson. Look at him stay with that, and one. That's grit.
He works hard. It's unfortunate, you know, that it doesn't help. I mean, I shouldn't say it doesn't help. It helps, but it's not going to help the outcome here.
The cause, yes. That's 15 for Theron Wilson. He is really a handful around the basket. Man, you couldn't even imagine what he'd be like at 6, 7, or 8.
I like him. I like him just the way he is.
I do too.
You know, restrict himself to the things that he can do. I don't like him on the perimeter. I don't like him shooting threes.
Ahead is Burley Park for the signature slam. A 12-point lead for the Panthers. And this is Milwaukee's 6th victory of the year. It will make the Braves 5-5. A very impressive effort by both teams, especially Bradley in the second half, and Milwaukee in the first half was absolutely stunning. Under 10 seconds.
Well, like we said, you know, at the top of the show, these two teams were very, very close, and one team had a brilliant half, and that sustained them in the second half. That Bradley's inability to get the ball in the basket from the perimeter remains to be the problem that has to be solved.
A 74-point night for Bradley was not enough as the Milwaukee Panthers take the victory, 86-74.
Tired of going on the hour adventure to find just one item at the big do-it-yourself store? Well, there's a better way, and it starts with a visit to Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria. Builders Cash and Carry will quickly get you the right item you need the first time and get you right back to your project. Builders Cash and Carry is here to help the do-it-yourselfer as well as the contractor with quality building materials like lumber, deck building supplies, and hardware. Get your job done right with help from Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria, just next to the Cedar Street Bridge.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo. World-class value. World-class service.
Employee Pricing Plus. on all 08 and 09 Lincoln Mercury during our year-end event, like this 08 Lincoln MKX, $33,566, this 08 Mercury Mariner at $25,481, and this 08 Mercury Mountaineer at $29,793.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo, Pioneer Parkway, Peoria. We deliver world-class value, world-class service.
Arch Madness. It's not just great basketball, it's 4 action-packed days, 9 exciting matchups, 10 Valley teams, 100 players, thousands of wild fans, and an amazing array of attractions, activities, and restaurants in St. Louis. It's the 2009 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 5th through 8th at Scott Trade Center. Arch Madness. It's the one weekend no basketball fan can miss. Get your tickets now.
Bradley's player of the game, Theron Wilson.
Well, this is what he needs to do, and this is what he did most of the night. You know, early on in the game, he spent some time on the perimeter, wasn't effective. Then all of a sudden, he said, I'm going to go down inside where I'm good and I'm strong, and I can help my team down inside. And that's exactly what he did. Our player of the game, Theron Wilson.
16 points for the young man, and we'll come back with a final word from Milwaukee right after this.